Hello, fellow rock tumblers out there. I've got an empty 4-pound barrel, which means it's time to start another tumble. This time I thought I would try this 1970s Malawi classic agate. I recently purchased 5 pounds of this from Highland Park Lapidary. I think it's going to be a good tumble. What I'll do is I'll get all these loaded into the 4-pound barrel, get some grit, water, get it going, and I'll update this video as soon as these finish with the coarse grit, which for me will be probably a couple of months, but for you will just be like this. And just like that, the Malawi agates are finally finished with their coarse stage. It has literally been a couple of months since these started grinding in the 60-90 grit, and even after all that time, they're not perfect. They're good, but not great. What I found happening was these fracture quite a bit. As you can see, lots of fractures in these things. And trying to grind these things smooth with all those fractures was just about impossible. So I decided to go ahead and call it and get these ready for the polishing. As is, I still think they're going to be beautiful. So I'm going to get these started in the vibratory tumbler. And once they're finished with that, we'll take a closer look. Hopefully we'll have some shiny rocks. Hey folks, our 1970s Malawi classic agate is finished with the polishing. What do you think? Check it out. I tell you what, there are a lot of fractures we're gonna have to look at here, but if you can see past those, I think you're gonna find some amazing rocks in here. Let's take a closer look at some of the nicer ones. Now here's a good example of what I mean. Look at the beautiful, beautiful banding and colors inside this rock. Actually, this one's in really good shape. Not much of a problem with this one. I didn't continue to grind this down to get rid of all these little flaws because it was just getting too small. But you can see that pattern in there is just awesome. Check out this interesting looking Malawi agate here. Nice. Very good colors. Look at that. I like that a lot. It does have that one big fracture through there. But otherwise, a gorgeous rock, don't you think? And talk about gorgeous. Look at the color in this little guy. Wow, it's amazing when you get these things tumbled down, the transformation they make. You remember how these looked when we first started? What a difference. I think the fractures actually help this one. It sort of delineates the different colors a little bit. That's kind of cool. Oh, and there's that little window. Oh, what can I say? This is another one that's just spectacular. Look at the colors in that. I love how you see the different shades in there. Wow. Beautiful rock. Even with its big fracture. This one just looks like another one, right? Just a plain old chunk of chalcedony, but like most, it has something interesting in it. See that on the end there, that little red splotch. Another one of those technical terms I like to throw around, splotch. Here's another one with nice color in it. I don't know if my lighting's really showing you, but it has some beautiful color through here. Maybe a little less color in this one, but it still has that, once again, I'm going to use a technical term, a splotch of color right there. I bet if you go to a dictionary and look up splotch, it won't be there. I made it up. Look at that though, isn't that cool? I like it. Now here's a good example of one that was so fractured that even in its tumbling it broke, and it's vibratory tumbling, which is gentler than the rotary tumbling, which you can see the end of that just broke off. Because these rocks, just about all of them had this sort of level of fracturing in it, unfortunately. This one's just sort of plain. But if the light's just right, I don't know if I can do it here, you can see down in the chalcedony some of that waviness in there. And I know there's a name for that. I need to look that up. I saw it one time and I forgot what it was called. And here's another one that's just sort of plain. I say plain, it's a beautiful shiny rock. Look at the reflection on that. But there's not a lot in it as far as color, other than the overall light purple color, which is beautiful in itself. There you can see that sort of that effect I was talking about. It's kind of a wavy, bubbly effect in there. And there's just a pretty little brownish, golden, yellowish colored one. Now this one's a little bit different. It's lighter than the rest. Still has some cool detail in it. And back to a really colorful one again. Looky here. I wish I could show you that color. It's just not showing up very well on this phone. Trust me, it's a beautiful red, yellow, and blue agate. And here's one with some nice color in it. It's got a little bit of red tucked away there, some fine banding. Very cool. Now this little guy is really interesting. Look at this. I like that. Isn't that cool through there? Here's one that looks plain from this view, but as soon as you turn it, you can start to see there's a lot going on in this one. This one also looks fairly plain, but what I like about it is over in here, you can see through that, with the fracture area there, there's something going on down in there. I like that. Otherwise it is just plain. This one has one of those really good looking windows right here. Look at that. Too bad about all those fractures. I guess that's just the nature of those Malawi agates. Okay, we found us another one with a little bit of a window in it right about here. Pretty. Not a great tumble otherwise, but that makes up for it. This little guy as well doesn't have a lot going for it until you turn it just right. And then you can see this little window here. Oh, this one's beautiful. Kind of looks like an eyeball right here, but wait till you see this. Look here there. Oh, I like that one. Heck, this one may be my favorite. It's got the banding in there, some color. Look at that. I wish it were larger, but hey, what are you gonna do? And here's another one with a nice window in it. You can see right in there. Oh, that's beautiful. And speaking of beautiful windows, look at this one. Whoa. I like that. Great color. Okay, now the window contest may be over after this one. Look at the window on this one. Whoa, wow. I'm calling those windows. Maybe that's not the correct term, but you know what I mean. The neat little ringed section. I like that one. Contrasting colors like that, the blue and the red. Wow. Some of these little bitty pieces that probably broke off bigger pieces during the tumbling still are interesting when you look at them. Look at this little guy here. It's just hard to hold, it's so small. I think I'm going to call this one Tornado Rock. And let me see if I can show you this. Yeah, right there. Doesn't that look like a tornado right there? It's upside down, but no, actually that's the correct side up right there. You see that white sort of a funnel looking thing coming down? Not sure it shows up very well on this camera, but to me that looks like a little tornado inside there. Huh. Tornado Rock. And here's just some of the smalls that are in the batch. Most of these were broken off of bigger pieces, or they just tumbled so long that they got this size. So within these, there are some interesting little windows and other features that are not unattractive. And I'll end on this big guy here. This one has some good color in it. Unfortunately, it has those fractures. Still though, the color and the shine, I think, make up for it. What do you think? Well, there you go, ladies and gents. Those are our 1970s Malawi classic agate that I got from Highland Park Lapidary. All tumbled and shined, nice and pretty. What do you think? I like doing this. Anyway, something soothing about that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you check my other videos for more like this. Thanks again.